Hello, hello, hello. What's going on, everybody? Welcome to another episode of The Conversation with Stevie. This is the place where we uncover the why of what people do. And so today is no different. We have an extraordinary guest who is going to be introducing herself in just a moment. But first, let me introduce myself, just in case you've never hopped upon this show. I am Dr. Stevie Aisha Mills, and what I do in life is to help women who are business owners to create an online business that honors their values so that they can live a life that they love. And so I love doing that because I believe in freedom, flexibility, and fun, and having an online business allows us to tap into all three. So without any further ado, I want to introduce you to Angelique. Hello, Angelique. How are you today?
Hello. I am fabulous. Thank you.
Awesome, awesome, awesome. Please do introduce yourself and tell us all about who you are.
Okay, thanks. So I am Angelique Lucas, a health coach for career-driven professional women of color over 40 who have all of the success in their professional and life and career, but nothing but frustration and overwhelm when it comes to their health. And I focus on extreme self-care because, like you, I'm all about freedom, flexible, and fun, whether you have an online business or not. And we focus on programs and activities having to do with physical, emotional, mental, social, and spiritual health that also you enjoy, right? Because too many people think about self-care or getting healthy and it's a drudge, and that's just not sustainable. So I'm all about switching up the script on that one.
Okay. I love it. I love it. I love it. Because I am a woman of color, and I'm over 40. And this thing, girl, listen, this whole thing of waking up in the morning and exercising and all this stuff, I love the work that you do already. Let me just say that. I love the work that you do already because of the fact that this is full disclosure in real life. I have an alarm on my phone that tells me it's time to get up. And really, I put dance because I love dance, and I think that's a great form of physical activity. But do I do that? Do I get up and dance? That's another story. So I love the work that you do, and I'm super excited about learning how you got into this. So please do tell us that.
Yeah, I mean, it was kind of, I fell into it. I have had entrepreneurial friends for years, and I always looked at them with my corporate job because I am my own client from years ago. And I looked at them and I was like, you don't have any paid vacation. You're paying for your health care, and you're just busting your tail. I am not at all interested in that. You enjoy. I'm going to be over here at my 6 weeks paid vacation. And I was chilling for a long time. And it wasn't until I moved out of the U.S. With a corporate job, and I realized, I lived in London for 5 years, I realized that I was busting my tail for somebody else to make more millions and billions. And I was like, well, wait a minute, hold on. If I'm going to be busting my tail anyway, I might as well do it for me. Why not? And of course, there was a lot of this feeling guilty about, that choice and prioritizing me. And I was like, hold on, what's going on here? And so I fought against it for a while. And it wasn't until I found yoga, which was an absolute lifesaver for me, that then I got into a lot of what they call alternative therapies. And I'm not a fan of that terminology, but coaching included in that as well. And I was like, wait a minute, there's people out there that can help you get from where you are to where you want to be. I was like, man, where were you 10 years ago, right? So I kind of just started doing stuff on the side and was still working the full-time job. And it wasn't until the full-time job was kind of getting in the way of the side hustle that I was like, okay, I'm out. I'm going to do this full-time. And that's where I am. And I struggled for some years back and forth, kind of figuring out what I wanted to do. And now I am in this moment right now. I am living in the Dominican Republic, not for a vacation, not for permanent time, but to figure out what location-free lifestyle looks like for me, because that is what I have wanted to do for several years, and I'm finally doing it.
I love it. I love it. I love it. Oh, my goodness. I have been talking about location-independent lifestyle as well. So, whew, I am so excited. I really am excited that we are talking today because I have a lot of synergy with that, and I think that's incredible. And one of the questions I want to ask you is literally about the freedom mindset, right? We are used to doing what is supposed to be expected, and that is to go to school, get a great job, and all that great stuff. But sometimes that doesn't work out for everybody. For me, being in corporate got me to a place in my life where at the age of 30, I was literally stressed all the way out about to leave this earth because I was on a place in my life where I went from a size 14 to a size 0. I had shingles, and I had to have 3 colonoscopies within 30 days, like 2 within 24 hours, all because of stress, right? When I discovered freedom and had the freedom mindset, it literally changed my life. And so I just want to have you talk a few moments about freedom and what that means to you.
Yeah, I mean, it's girl, I'm feeling your story so much because it's unfortunate that I got to where I am because I was really low and really struggling. It's like, okay, something's got to change because it's not working, and I didn't really know what. And it's this idea, and a lot of people say to me what you said to me, this really resonates with me because me being able to say these words and focus on self-care and self and prioritize you first, it's almost like me just saying the words gives people permission to maybe be okay with that. Not quite, right? And that's that freedom mindset because we're supposed to. Society, what we learned growing up, what is, quote, accepted and appropriate, especially for women, that's a whole other conversation, right, is so taboo. And we're getting there, right? We're getting there, but it's still conversations like this here and there. And it was really just about having the courage to say, you know what, I'm going to do this because I was put on this earth to thrive. There are just too many people just surviving and just getting by, you know, and that's part of the reason why I specifically focus on professional women in corporate that are doing mad big things and, you know, building it up in the boardroom and all of that stuff, especially when women of color. But I'm finding it's the same conversation with entrepreneurial women as well, that you don't really feel like you can put yourself first right now. And that's going to give people a certain impression about you and not make them want to come along with you and work with you and partner with you and just be around you. And I'm just like, no, listen, when you start doing this for other people and you see this and you show an example of what is possible, people are like, okay, wait a minute. How do I get some of that? Please talk to me more. It's amazing how it happens. So that's, for me, it took a while because friends and family were just like, it's a little too risky. You know, you can't leave your job. What are you going to do for money? And, you know, you can't move to this place and you don't know anybody because what are you going to do? You know, it was all of those things. And I was like, I'm going anyway. I love you. I appreciate the concern and the care because it's coming from a good place, but I'm okay. I know where you are. If I struggle, I'll come back. I appreciate you. So that's kind of where that is and how I feel about the whole thing on freedom, because it's required, especially after the year that we've had in 2020. I think more people are starting to come around to that idea, because the problem with doing well, right, having major success in one part of your life is you're supposed to be okay, right? Last year in 2020, everybody was, if you have a job, you should be thankful. There's nothing for you to complain about. And a lot of people are starting to understand that's not the case. It is okay if you had a good-paying job last year and you still felt like crap every day. There's no reason to feel guilty about that, because freedom and self-care is not optional. It is not an elective. It is required.
Whew, that was amazing. That was amazing, yes. And so in a couple of minutes. We will be ending the conversation, but before we do, I definitely want you to answer this question. It is a fill-in-the-blank question, so definitely I want you to fill in the blank, but it is, okay. Dr. Stevie, we can't leave this conversation today without your listeners learning or knowing that, and then fill in the blank.
Okay. Dr. Stevie, we cannot finish this conversation today without your listeners knowing that self-care is not selfish, and that all of the times that you've heard on airplanes, even though it might have been a couple years ago at this point, put your mask on first, that is real. You cannot fill from an empty cup. You cannot help others if you need and help yourself or you're struggling. And so stop thinking about self-care being a massage or a bath. Most people don't have time for that, and a lot of us don't have the money for that, and that's okay. But just taking 5 minutes for yourself, even if it's in a closet, in a bathroom, outside, on the balcony, just closing your eyes and just going within. That is what is needed, and it's amazing what that small amount will do for you and the clarity that it will provide. Oh, okay, what do I need to do next? So self-care, not selfish. It's a requirement.
Awesomeness. And I do want to go back to the location-independent lifestyle. What was your thing to say, oh, my gosh, this is the thing for me? What allowed that to happen in your life?
I stopped trying to figure out what it would look like, right? Like I said, okay, universe, Lord, this is what I want to see. This is what I want to happen. This is what I want to have in my life. And I'm going to stop trying to figure out A to D and just appreciate that this is what I want at D, and you're going to bring it to D. And you're going to put the things in place that need to happen. And I was putting, my wishes and my wants and my needs out into the world and talking to people about it, not being quiet about it, right? Because, of course, being quiet was around me feeling like it's not okay. I can't be talking about these things while people are struggling, right? And once I did that, it was amazing how things just kind of fell into place and was like, wait a minute, hold on. Did that just happen that easily? And it did. And I was like, okay, I'm taking advantage, right? And even with this trip, people are like, wait a minute, we're in the middle of a pandemic here still. And like, you don't have your job anymore. I said, no, but that's by choice. And I'm not looking for another job. That's by choice too. It's not an accident. And it's working out. And it's amazing how when you let go and let God, it just works.
Amen. All right. And so I want you to give everyone your contact information so we can stay connected to you.
Sure. So I am on LinkedIn at M as in Michelle, Angelique Lucas. Michelle is not written out. I am on Clubhouse, A. Lucas. I am on Facebook and Instagram at Release Your Weight, and that weight is WAIT, because everybody that I'm talking to is always waiting for something to happen to make their life happen. And so it was Release the Weight. And I am on, I said that, LinkedIn, Facebook, Instagram, Clubhouse, and we're good to go. And email at info@releaseyourweight.com if you're interested. So you can find me on those platforms.
Awesome. The funny thing about it is the whole time that you were talking, I've been wanting to tap my mic like on Clubhouse. I've been wanting right. Yeah, so you have definitely been saying some amazing stuff that clearly resonated with me because it is very much synergistic. So thank you for coming by and having a conversation with me.
Thank you for having me. I so appreciate it.
You're welcome. All right, everybody, today we have had such an extraordinary, freeing, goal-setting, life-getting, everything lifestyle, I love it, with Angelique. You all, please do connect with her. Please follow her on all social media platforms and definitely get in her space because we all need this. We need to it's If y'all ever have seen the show Girlfriends, Maya wrote a book called Oh Hell Yes. I feel like we need a Oh Hell Yes type of lifestyle, and I feel like this is what this conversation led to today. Again, I am Dr. Stevie Aisha Mills, super excited to have been with you today. If you ever need to reach me, just know how to spell my first name correctly, Stevii. Also, I want to tell you about my book, Click the Cash. It is the book that allowed me to truly understand how to make six figures in an online business. And that's my proven strategies of how I did it last year in the midst of the pandemic. Definitely go to clickthecashnow.com. Again, clickthecashnow.com to get your copy. And what I will tell you as well is what I say at each and every ending of every show, and that's to make it a great day. Don't have a great day. Make it a great day. Why? Because you, and yes, you too have the power to do so. Bye for now.